gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, for the first time ever on Robert Sports Show, Evolve Pro Wrestling Review. I'm reviewing Evolve 100. I got the little background on how I got watching the Evolve shows. I got the Fight TV app on my smartphone. Has Ring of Honor on there, has some other indie stuff on there. And so I've watched a little Ring of Honor, some other shows, and I've seen these Evolve shows coming up, or on there. I'm like, oh, interesting. $15, $14.99. That's not too bad. So I'm like, I'll get, Evolve 100. It's a big show. I'm looking at the card, and I'm looking at the names like Darby Allin and Jarek 120 and Jason Kincaid and Anthony Henry, Tracy Williams, Matt Riddle. I've heard that name before. Keith Lee, I've heard of him. I know he's had some really good matches. Zack Sabre Jr., AR Fox. I'm like, might be worth getting. Check it out. I was so surprised on how great Evolve is. All right, so we have 7 matches here on the Evolve card, the Evolve 100. Like I said, this show took place February 10th, I think it was. The next night, they Evolve 101. I do have that. I'm in the process of watching that when I'm at the gym. So yeah, I'll do a review of that here soon. And they have Evolve 102 and 103 WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans. That weekend is so packed. I'll probably do a preview for those. I'll end up more than likely getting at least 102, probably, maybe 103. I don't know yet. And then watching them at a later date and you doing the preview for them or review for them. So, all right, Evolve 100. Darby Allin versus Jarek 120 versus Jason Kidd. Triple threat match. I didn't know what to expect here. 3 very talented wrestlers. Jason Kincaid has been around a while. Darby Allin actually gets the pin on Jason Kincaid to win the match. This is more of a the way Evolve does it is they have like preliminary matches and then the regular show matches, and you have to if you keep losing, you're more in a preliminary and you go to the main card, and so it's kind of stuff like boxing a little bit. So this is kind of a preliminary match. I gave it 3.5 stars. Darby Allin, very talented. Jarek 120, I think he has a future. The name's kind of stupid, but whatevs. Very talented there. The next match in the preliminary was Dom Garrini versus Fred Yehi. I've heard that name before, so I'm like, that's interesting. Good match. Free Yehi getting a win by pinfall. It was a 3-star match. Next, we had what I thought was a really, really good match. We had Anthony Henry versus Tracy Williams. Anthony Henry, to me, is TJP-ish from WWE 205 Live. That type of, smaller. He's not, the big guy like a Samoa Joe, but he's smaller, like a cruiserweight. He does the, the moonsaults and the stuff like that, and the flips that all the cruiserweights, the Lucha Libre style. Tracy Williams, very talented wrestler, I thought. I gave this match between 3 3/4 and a 4. I was on the border of a 4. I definitely give it 3 3/4. It was good. It's worth watching if you've never seen it or never seen these guys. Next, we had the Evolve tag titles on the line. We had champions Chris Dickinson and Jaka versus The End, which is Odinson and Parrow. This match actually ended in a double disqualification. Really nothing going on. It was like 4 minutes long. Next, we had one of the matches of the night. It's so hard sometimes when you're watching these matches not full through. I watch a bit here, a bit here, a bit here. I was at the gym working out, and I watched a little bit of it. When I was on a cardio, I had to go do machines. And maybe the next day I would watch a little bit more of it. So it made it a little harder to rate. I probably should have rewatched it. But Matt Riddle and James Drake. James Drake is Kevin Owens. I mean, the dude looks legit like Kevin Owens. Does freaking Kevin Owens moves. And is talented. and put on a really good match with Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle reminds me of, oh gosh, I would say a young Edge. Maybe like a young Chris Hero type. With the long hair, and yeah, very talented. Oh my god, he's freaking uber talented. Matt Riddle getting the victory. I give it 4-star. Next, we had the WWN Title on the line, which is World Wrestling Network Title. Champion Keith Lee versus AR Fox. Keith Lee, he's put on fantastic matches throughout his career in the Indies. This match with AR Fox was also really good, very talented. He's one of those guys like a Samoa Joe type. That's how, I try to do comparisons to more WWE guys, more mainstream guys. If you're a professional wrestling fan, you watch, my first Evolve show, you watch Ring of Honor, you watch Impact Wrestling. You've seen videos of New Japan. You've watched different things on YouTube. You know who some of these guys are. I would consider myself a professional wrestling fan. That's why I checked out the Evolve show. But there's a lot of just WWE fans. And they might be watching this going, we don't know these guys. That's why I'm trying to do a comparison to, hey, this Keith Lee is a, version, he's just like Samoa Joe, James Drake literally looks like Kevin Owens, besides doing Kevin Owens moves. So yeah, Keith Lee versus AR Fox. This would be comparable to a Samoa Joe versus maybe Seth Rollins. Younger version of both of them, mind you. A long time ago in their career, but that body types. Keith Lee getting the win. I gave it 4.25. I really enjoyed it. Maybe it was a 4.5, and I was just kind of, not rating it to its proper entire. The main event, the Evolve title on the line. We had champion Zack Sabre Jr., which we all know Zack Sabre Jr. He's wrestled around the world. He was part of WWE's Cruiserweight Classic. He's from New England, or from England. He submission based. Just some of his matches are actually pretty boring, at least what I've watched. Versus Austin Theory. Austin Theory is a 20-year-old with uber wrestling ability. Looks like a smaller version of Randy Orton during Evolution. His finisher is called the Theory KO, TKO. It looks like a modified F5 into a freaking RKO, to a cutter, basically. Basically, it puts the guys on a shoulder and cutter. It's just like, what the hell? According to what they had said during the show, the week before this, and I actually looked up online, it's legit. Late January, early February, Austin Theory had a tryout at WWE Performance Center. If the WWE and NXT and Triple H does not sign this dude, it'd be the dumbest thing they've done. This is a guy, he has the look. If you look at WWE and the main guys, they have had that look. The Randy Orton, Seth Rollins. He has the look of, I'm a badass, I can kick your ass, and he can also talk on the mic. So he is my new favorite indie guy. He put Zack Sabre Jr. through a match that was unflippin' believable. How talented both these guys are. Theory had the high flying, or the flying on the top rope and the stuff, and Sabre had the mat wrestling. I give it 4.5. Zack Sabre Jr. Retaining his Evolve World Title. I don't know where Theory goes from here if he does show up in NXT soon, but damn it, remember the name Austin Theory. If he keeps that name, if you don't know him, look him up. Remember what he looks like. He will be a star in professional wrestling someday. That will wrap up the Evolve 100 review. Stay tuned to Robert Sports Show sometime this month for the Evolve 101 review, the road to NXT TakeOver New Orleans, the road to WrestleMania. On the road to WrestleMania, I'm going to have some best pay-per-view shows I've ever attended, the best pay-per-view matches I've ever seen, and then some things like that, more live event stuff that I've seen and been to. Going to my third WrestleMania in 9 years. So, looking forward to that. If you're a fan of Robert Sports Show and you see me at WrestleCon or NXT TakeOver or at WrestleMania, say hi. All you gotta do, I'll be with the Pro Wrestling Pulse boys, or with J-Man and Ryan and Kristen. She's been on the Pulse a couple times, so we'll all be there together as a fam, like we always do. Going to the Pulse Dungeon, watching Fastlane. Alright, stay tuned to Robert Sports Show for the review of Fastlane, for the NASCAR previews this week, the road to WrestleMania, and March Madness. If you follow Robert Sports Show in the past, you know I do my March Madness stuff. So I'm not good at it, but I do it. And this year I'm creating March Madness Pro Wrestling. Stay tuned for that. Check that out. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. And don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.